The Indian Air Force is scheduled to conduct exercise Vayu Shakti this week at the Pokhran air-to-ground range in the Thar desert of Rajasthan. The exercise will bring together fighter aircrafts, helicopters, transport planes, and several remotely piloted systems in a coordinated firepower demonstration that will span day, dusk, and night phases. During this exercise, aircrafts will take off from multiple dispersed bases across the country and converge on 23 simulated targets representing enemy infrastructure and forces within a compact area spanning ranges from 500 meters to 3 kilometers. Live munitions weighing nearly 12,000 kilograms from a total of 277 weapons will strike designated points that replicate runways, armored columns, radar installations, and troop concentrations. The sequence will begin with fighter jets releasing precision-guided bombs and rockets, followed by attack helicopters conducting low-level strikes with guided missiles and rockets. Transport aircraft will drop special forces teams to secure objectives before carrying out extraction under cover. Fighter platforms including Rafale, Su-30 MKI, Mirage 2000, MiG-29, Jaguar, Tejas and Hawk will execute air-to-ground strikes using a mix of precision munitions and conventional bombs. The Tejas will demonstrate swing roll capability by engaging an aerial target and then shifting immediately to ground attack in a single mission profile. Attack helicopters such as the Apache and the indigenous LCA Prachand will operate at nap-of-the-earth altitudes to deliver anti-armor missiles and cannon fire against moving targets. Mi-17 variants and Chinook heavy-lift helicopters will move troops and supplies while protected by fighter cover. C-130J and C-17 aircraft will para-drop Garud commandos onto the range, and C-295 transports will showcase tactical airlift operations on confined desert landing strips. Remotely piloted aircraft will supply real-time targeting information to guide strikes. Ground-based Akash and Spider surface-to-air systems will track and engage simulated threats to illustrate integrated air defense layers. The exercise will emphasize rapid force generation from forward locations, precise coordination across platforms, and uninterrupted transition between light conditions. This exercise will deliver measurable operational value by testing actual performance in live firing conditions rather than relying solely on simulations. Previous editions, such as the 2024 event, achieved ordnance delivery of more than 50 tons within a 1.5 to 2 kilometer radius over 2 hours, with demonstrated hit rates exceeding 90% across weapon categories. The 2026 edition will repeat these standards while integrating newer assets such as expanded numbers of Apache and Prachand helicopters that have entered service since the last event. Crews will practice sustained operations from dispersed bases where runway availability may be restricted, resupply must occur rapidly, and electronic interference will be present. Maintenance teams will demonstrate aircraft turnaround times of under 1 hour between waves, validating the fleet's ability to maintain high sortie rates under pressure. Data gathered on weapon performance in desert heat and dust, sensor reliability, and pilot workload during night operations will feed directly into future training plans and equipment upgrades. The concentration of assets near the western frontier will also serve as a practical demonstration of response timelines, as the same platforms that engage targets at Pokhran can reach operational areas across the border within minutes. The western sector along the Rajasthan and Punjab border presents a unique operational setting that would define engagements in any large-scale conflict. The terrain of open desert and semi-arid plains permits armored units to advance at speeds of up to 60 km per hour, but provides minimal concealment over stretches exceeding 200 km between key nodes. Long distances demand air power to bridge gaps that ground forces cannot cover quickly in contested conditions. In such an environment, air operations would center on securing local air superiority to block enemy reconnaissance, disrupting supply routes that support advancing columns moving across featureless plains, and providing immediate fire support to friendly mechanized formations in contact. Fixed-wing aircraft would handle deeper strikes against rear areas up to 300 kilometers, while helicopters address the critical 20 to 50 kilometer space between the forward edge and the main battle zone. The flat landscape extends radar detection ranges to 150 kilometers or more, yet still allows low-level flight corridors below 50 meters that rotary wing platforms can exploit to avoid early warning systems. Helicopters will assume heightened importance in this theatre due to their independence from fixed runways once forward arming and refueling points are established in the desert sands, often within 30 minutes of decision. Attack helicopters such as the Apache AH-64E based near Jodhpur and LCA Prachand can station themselves within 50 kilometers of the front line, answer fire support requests within 5 minutes and destroy up to 16 armored vehicles per sortie before enemy forces close the distance. Their ability to hover at 30 meters enables accurate engagement of moving targets even in dust storms, reducing visibility to under 1 kilometer for fixed-wing sensors. Transport helicopters will ferry infantry squads across obstacles such as minefields or damaged bridges spanning dry riverbeds, evacuate wounded personnel under fire at rates of 4 casualties per flight, and reposition ammunition supplies weighing up to 10 tons to units isolated from road networks. In a desert battle where front lines can shift 20 kilometers hourly, these assets provide the tactical flexibility that fixed-wing operations alone cannot deliver, as proven in prior border patrols where helicopters have maintained continuous overwatch for 12 hours. Although vulnerable to man-portable air defense systems with ranges up to 5 kilometers, their integration alongside fighter escorts equipped with electronic countermeasures and suppression runs forms the core tactic for maintaining continuous pressure across a 400-kilometer front. 2 Pakistan Air Force bases located within striking range of the western sector will feature prominently in scenarios practiced during the exercise. Rahim Yar Khan Airfield, approximately 180 kilometers west of the Jaisalmer sector near the international border, functions as a forward operating base for southern air defense. It hosts quick-reaction fighter squadrons equipped with JF-17 Thunder aircraft and supports radar coverage extending 100 kilometers into Indian territory, along with search and rescue helicopter units with AW-139 helicopters. Shahbaz Air Base at Jacobabad, situated about 280 kilometers to the northwest in Sindh province, supports longer-range strike operations with elite squadrons operating F-16C/D Block 52 and F-16A/B MLU variants, including No. 5 Falcons and No. 11 Arrows, plus an SAR unit with AW-139 helicopters. Both installations include hardened aircraft shelters for up to 20 fighters, extensive fuel storage capable of supporting 50 daily sorties, and runway facilities exceeding 3,000 meters that would rank as high-priority targets in any escalation. Exercise Vayu Shakti will replicate attacks on comparable infrastructure through runway denial bombing runs using specialized munitions to create craters 20 meters wide and precision strikes on simulated protected positions using laser-guided bombs with accuracies under 5 meters. Helicopters will follow up with suppression of surrounding air defense assets such as shoulder-fired missiles and radar-guided guns, the distances involved matching the 180 to 280 kilometer profiles, timing sequences calibrated to 15-minute windows, and integration of intelligence feeds from drones will closely match real border geometries. By performing the complete mission chain in the same desert environment and at the operational altitudes expected in conflict from 30 meters to 500 meters for ingress, participating crews will accumulate verified experience in fuel management over 400-kilometer round trips, threat evasion against layered defenses, and weapon delivery parameters under realistic electronic warfare conditions. The result will be a force better prepared for any future contingency, with procedures grounded in recent, data-driven rehearsal rather than abstract planning.